3, 2, 1. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Today is Sunday, August 23rd. It is 7:45 El Paso local time. It's a beautiful Sunday evening outside. We even had a little bit of rain for once. And for a little bit at my house. So anyways, as always, guys, I'm joined today by co-host of the podcast, Misa. Say what's up.
Yo, what up, what it do?
Also, guys, back from her safari adventure, producer of the Lena podcast is here. We'll get into that later. Say what's up, Lena.
What's up? Hi, hello.
And guys, for episode 42 of Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, we have a very special guest. His name is Evan Carter. Evan Carter, go ahead and say what's up to the podcast, man.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Evan Carter up in the mic. He's here to chill with us. He's here for the night. What's up, dude?
Every song, for every name.
Hey.
That was beautiful.
Hey, thanks, man.
Hey, so
Dude, Evan, what's up, Evan?
What is happening, fam? It's good to talk to you guys out here in Phoenix. It's hot as shit.
My friend's from Phoenix. Sarah's gonna move to Phoenix. Phoenix is where it's at.
true. Okay, so tell us a little bit about what's going on with you in Phoenix. What's your life status update over there?
Life status update, Phoenix. I'm getting ready to start back up in school. I was working full time for a little while, and I was, I love work. I've been working on the grind since high school, since back in the day. But
Hey. That's good. Hey, real quick, dude, I got to ask you right away. Are you still growing?
I'm actually shorter. I swear to God, I'm getting shorter. I was on the fire department for a little while, and I had a back surgery that made me half an inch shorter.
Yo.
Yeah, coming back down. Gravity's real.
That still does nothing. You're still probably over 7 feet tall, right?
Damn near, yeah.
How
6.5.
tall are you? Exactly.
Right on the money.
7'10"?
7'10".
6'10".
Speaking of height, did you guys see in all this basketball? No. Not talking basketball yet. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there right now. We're off to a
I
rapid.
tell you, man, what's up with all these tall people in basketball? It's just like born with it, Like Evans just can't wait to talk about basketball.
Well, it was fresh on my mind. We were talking about it before the podcast a little bit, talking about special guest Blue that you had back there behind the scenes. Shout out to Blue, homie from back in the day.
Hey, Blue, say what's up to the podcast, Blue.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Oh, can't we see you?
No, Blue's in the background. He's there. He is.
Ah, perfect.
Dude, the thing with Blue's like one of our top fans, and he's always like, "Yo, when's the next episode coming through?" And I can't wait. And so, what's the closest that you can get to that is like pretty much him being here while we're recording. So that's why he's here. He just wants to be part of it. He wants to be the first to have listened to it. So, shout out Blue. Thanks, Blue. I'm a big fan.
All right, guys. So let's properly kick off this podcast real fast. Evan, I want to thank you for joining us today. It really means a lot to us. We're going to ask you about a lot of different things throughout the podcast. We're going to touch a bunch of different topics. We're going to do some certain segments with you. We're going to chill and have a good time. So one of the things we need to do on this podcast, guys, that we do every single episode is we crack a celebratory beer.
Ooh, turn it up.
And it sounds something like this. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. It's a tradition unlike any other. Blue kind of is the one that's responsible for this because he told me not to stop doing it, so I'm not going to. So shout out to Blue. But Evan, for real, thank you for fucking joining us today. Guys, if you haven't, make sure to follow us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel. There'll be a subscribe button here somewhere eventually. So episode 42, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Our boy Evan Carter is here from Phoenix, Arizona, right? So what we like to do is we like to do this kicking things off segment where we go around the virtual Zoom call and everybody's going to tell us a little bit about what's new with them. So let me go first, guys. So what's new with me? Me and Lena actually are going to move into a duplex here soon, and we're going to have a new spot. and we're going to try to set up a podcast studio. So I'm super excited about that. And I look forward to how that's going to change the pod so we can get away from this Zoom shit and this virtual shit and get back to the in-person podcast. So I'm super excited about that. Shout out to us.
Yeah.
Congrats, guys. Awesome.
Misa, what's new with you, dude?
Really too exciting until earlier today, dude. Me and Blue was just hang out, and there's a pool right across my townhome, and I guess there's a neighbor that was using it to throw a little kickback or something, and there's a good amount of people, probably like 10, 15 people there. So I go just to trying to be nosy, it's my Mexican blood in me, just trying to be a chismoso. So I go check it out, dude, and these guys had a full-on TV and everything like connected out there. And they were checking out that game. There's a game on today, soccer game. Bayern against Paris.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich versus Paris Saint-Germain, PSG versus Bayern, Champions League final.
I have no idea what Chris just said. I don't follow this, but I think it's cool. And I went over there, and right off the bat, I mean, I heard some soccer. They're listening to it in the Spanish channel. So when I heard like entrando centro, yendo, I was like, these guys are watching soccer. So going over there, I was like, is that the game? Is that the game? Like, yeah, come over here. And dude, these people were so nice. Offered me a beer, offered me food and stuff. And so I thought that was pretty cool, man. That's probably been like the most exciting thing so far.
Okay, so Evan, what's new with you, dude?
Same, man. I'm out here enjoying the vibe, just like Misa. That Southwest culture, can't beat it. Just kick back, enjoy the days. Like I said, I'm getting ready for school, so it's like my last real weekend where I can just, not do anything, I guess.
Hey, I feel you on that. You start school on Monday, tomorrow, essentially?
Yeah, well, I started school on Thursday, so I had like the syllabus classes, did that.
Oh, yeah.
And this weekend, I say do nothing, but I spend all my time reading or trying to write. And so that's my version of nothing. It's also my version of like retirement I guess technically.
Hey, that's beautiful, dude.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's
I want to be like Evan when I grow up.
Yeah, I hope I can be the dream version of me too. It'd be great.
Yeah, dude. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about your writing a little bit later. We're going to let you kind of promote. I'm going to call it this little blog that you have on this website called Medium that we were checking out. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Lena, what's new with you?
Oh, I've been hustling all fucking day. So Chris had to get this shit done, and one of my friends helped me, and I just picked up loads and got shit ready for the fucking duplex. So shout out.
Hey.
Dude, I was in Las Cruces by 9, and I barely got done an hour ago?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't wait to move in there with you guys.
Don't you worry.
Hey, tell us a little bit about that safari adventure that you were on, because you weren't on the last 2 episodes of the podcast. So give us
that live. We went live last week.
Or the live. Give us a little detail about that real quick.
Well, I wish it was a different name. I was just doing my own thing. No, I'm just kidding. I was out of this world. Like always, just, an alien shit, getting things ready for the duplex.
No. We're talking about your safari adventure.
I didn't go on no safari adventure.
You ruined She ruined the joke.
I just called it something else. That's why a better name.
Trio!
Thank you, Mrs. Uncle. Lena ruined the joke. The whole running joke that we had for 3 episodes, she comes in and ruins it. Oh, my God.
Anyway. I mean, we could start this whole shit over and just have her take a nap or something.
What I do best? But I fucking do the best.
So, yeah, hold on.
I'm back, and I'm glad to be
strong.
Okay. So,
dude, I literally thought for a good minute, I was even thinking of telling Chris to send some pictures or something. And Chris is all like, no, dude, let's not bother her, man.
Yeah, she's
in the zone right now on this safari.
Helping the world. No, not at all. I wasn't helping the world.
Well, that blows.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But I'm back, so I'm glad to be here. Thank you for taking me back, guys.
Okay, so our producer's back, and she ruined the joke and kind of almost ruined the show. So shout out to that. Evan, a little backstory on that. Lena hasn't been here the last 2 podcast episodes. So what we've been telling our guests is that she's on a safari adventure, scoping out lions and elephants and stuff, but she really wasn't. But that was the running joke we were going for.
I'd be down to go to like an
He's
elephant.
out there looking for Cecil, trying to reincarnate Cecil's brother or something like that.
No, I
I'm
wouldn't.
trying to look for Zimbo.
No, not at all.
Okay, guys. So that was the kicking things off segment. It failed really bad at the end right there. But all right. So speaking of school and everybody's trying to get back on that grind,
School for fools.
Misa and Evan are proud parents, right, guys?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Proud.
How's that? How do
So
you like being a teacher?
Being a teacher is the heart of what being a good parent is. That's true.
You teach them everything.
wow, that was majestic right there, Evan. Brilliant. That was beautiful.
But it's true. You teach them how to eat. You teach them how to pee. You teach them how to walk. You teach them how to talk. Like, that's the fundamental part of the relationship between a child and a parent, period. Or a guardian.
Yeah, just don't teach your kids how to do them like really good uppercuts. 'Cause
Oh,
my
God.
I gotten good at that, dude.
Wyatt, one of the worst times that I've had with Wyatt was back in the day when Wyatt was real little, just first learning how to walk. I fell asleep. I was working long hours when I was a steel worker. I fell asleep just on the couch while he's kicking it there. And he grabs his little popper, you know, the clear vacuums with the clear plastic and they bounce around the balls inside.
Yeah.
He takes it and he whacks me right on my face, directly across the bridge of my nose while I was asleep, dead ass asleep. I thought I was going to have to fight somebody in my own home. That's what it's like to be a dad.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
thank you.
All right. So what I was going to try to get into was how are you guys handling the virtual learning? Like I saw that there was a post on FitFam where like they were doing like showing all these virtual classrooms where the kids were just like falling asleep or the dads were speaking off mic saying how the teacher sucks ass, things like that. How's the virtual learning been for you guys as parents?
Dude, when the class is going on here at my house, it looks like if you were to walk in, it looks like a call center. You know, it's just if it was up to me now, man, I'll take that risk, send them back to school. You know, but that's just me though. I mean, it's Rona; they'll get over it.
Yeah. My wife actually just tested positive.
Oh,
Get out of town.
Wait, hold on. So breaking news. Evan, your wife just tested positive for COVID.
Yeah, COVID in the house for real.
hey, damn.
Gotta go.
I don't know if it's safe for us to be talking to you right now. What do
Yeah,
you
we
think?
Ben,
Oh, dude.
that's,
My computer's gonna get a virus.
bro, if you made it through LimeWire, you'll make it through this.
That's a good one. That
That
was the worst virus of all time. Like
Oh,
in
God.
relation
And
to
everybody
computers.
had it. There was no doubt.
Hey, we'll talk a little bit about LimeWire and some 90s nostalgia later. I think that's going to be a good good topic to touch on. But yeah, so virtual learning, and it sucks for everybody, but I can only imagine how hard it is for you guys as parents. And shout out to all the parents that do a good job. But Evan, what were your thoughts on that, real fast?
I'm in a little bit of a different situation because I live in Phoenix and my son lives in El Paso. I'm actually afforded the opportunity to learn, be with them here in Phoenix. Like the custody's split, so I have Wyatt during the summers and then during the holidays and on some of the weekends. But now this is kind of a new time in our life where it might not be unrealistic to think that 50-50 is a thing that we could do, you know, like
That's what's up.
we're learning virtually already. We could be at home anywhere. So
Look at us right now.
yeah.
Technology is fucking evolutionary.
Look at us right now, bro.
Especially in our lifetime, our decade.
Okay, so one of the Misa, I know you remember Evans from back in the day. I haven't talked to this guy or hung out with him in person probably in like 15 years until I saw him one day at Aceitunas. Shout out to Aceitunas, the bar here in El Paso. A local watering hole, if you will. But I haven't seen this guy in a long time. one thing that always stood out to me about him was he was super smart and super fucking tall. He was like 7 feet tall when we were like,
Dude, when Chris hit me up, he's all like, "Hey, I'm gonna get my boy Evan Carter on there. Do you remember him? Do you know who he is?" And right off the bat, I was like, "Dude, yeah, that 7-foot 8th grader. Last time I saw him, yeah, dude, I remember Evan Carter
I remember.
dunking without having to jump. Of course."
It was great at times, and then sometimes not so much, because you got to imagine, like,
The air is pretty thin up there. Yeah, I know, dude.
so talking about current times, we got all these Karens out here. Imagine what the Karens were like back in the day when you're dunking on their kids.
Hey, that's true. That's a grown ass man out there.
Yo, Karen's giving me business all the time. That's whack. So that's, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Man.
Evan's just there like, I'm only 12 years old, you know? Leave my son alone.
oh shit. Hey, Evan, do you have any thoughts about either me or Misa from back in the day? Just some observations, like things you thought about us.
Of course, Misa, I remember Misa just always as a real G the whole time, even back in the day. Just like I love the fucking everything about it. It's like a young stoic that's just like keeping it G. And then you get to know him, and as soon as the eyes aren't on him, he's like making jokes and shit. So I thought that was cool.
Hey, man, I had to keep it tough for them cholos back there because they didn't like me.
Whoa, wasn't it fucking – it was real. I'm telling
right?
you.
That's what I was doing. I think we talked about this before. I don't know what episode it was, but that's one thing I remember about Lincoln. When I went to Lincoln, I was new. You know, I came from other elementary school in Canutillo District, so I didn't know anybody other than Blue. You know, so when I got there, I played football, and I knew some of the skaters, but there was like this thing of like cholos against like the jocks and the skaters, and nobody liked each other. It was like big ass gangs and stuff, and I was cool with everybody, so like I'd be talking to someone, and then some cholo be like, oh, you want to talk to that fool? All right, fool. I don't know why they call me a fool for. I didn't even know what fool was back then, so I don't know. I had to play a role and be like, yo, I saw Evan coming, dude, and I was like, dude, I'm taller than that guy right now.
Oh shit. That's the vibe. He was always stoic. It wasn't never mean. It was just like ready. And then I met you, and as soon as it wasn't people, it was like, oh, there's jokes. Shit, this is cool. I'm down with this. And,
what about Chris, dude? Did you ever play ball with Chris?
Okay, so we're gonna eventually get into the writing, but I got a story that's inherent in my heart as a writer. The first time that I was truly introduced to Stephen King was with my boy Chris.
Hey,
Yeah,
holding his hand or what?
we watched the scariest fucking movie that I can ever remember in my whole entire life. It was fucking, now that we're on live, I'm fucking blanking. It was Stephen King's Pet Sematary, and it just scared the shit out of me. Pet Sematary was this story about, I'm going to give away spoilers because it's been out on the market for like 40 years.
I think like a second one came out recently too.
Spoilers, that's your bad now. It's about these fucking, when your pet dies, you go out and you bury your animal like normal, but then every once in a while, a full moon or some shit, your fucking animal comes back to life and it tries to murder your dumb ass. Yeah, you're like, oh shit.
You just keep getting pets.
And the pets, yeah, they come back and they're evil, but you already have new pets, and then they die, and then they become evil. Well, come to find out.
Okay, wait. So where did you guys watch this movie?
Well, Chris had this little tiny porno TV with a VCR in it.
The secret.
No,
Is it the one in your backyard, Chris?
no, that was the upgraded one that I got. But yeah, it was, yeah.
We all had those though. It wasn't just you. It was everybody.
Yeah, dude, it was like everyone.
That
Fucking.
was the thing.
Me and Evan used to live on the same street back in the day when we were little, and so I think we were watching this at your crib. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, I think it was at my house.
Yeah, he used to live like not that far down the street, and fucking what ended up happening is like I don't know when exactly. I can't pinpoint it in time, but at some point you were living there, and then you moved, and you kind of just vanished like altogether, and like I don't know like what happened to you probably after like the age of like 12 or 13, I would say.
That's so wild.
Plane hit him.
Yeah.
Who's
So
abducted?
it was after. So I moved. First of all, I moved from the region, as it were. I moved further out into the boonies, and then I went from Lincoln, where we all knew each other, and I went to Cathedral because I was a piece of shit kid at Lincoln, and my family was like, "You can go to Lincoln, or you can go to Cathedral, or you can go to New Mexico Military Institute. You can pick." I was like, "Oh, I'll go to
Damn.
Military for sure.
in hindsight, it wouldn't have been a bad opportunity. Like, they'd have straightened me out, maybe. I don't know. But then I wouldn't be so badass.
It is what it is.
That's cool. So what? Your parents thought you were that bad as a kid that they had to put you in like a more stricter environment? Is that what it was?
No, that was just them being opportunistic. They were looking for a reason, and I was in trouble quite a bit.
Okay.
Wow. Cathedral. How was that, dude? To all our listeners, Cathedral is like an all boys school, right?
Yeah, all boys Catholic high school.
Ooh,
And
policy.
so there was another kid from our middle school days that went to Cathedral High School, and it was me and Cody Downing. Cody Downing's been my best.
Hey, I remember Cody.
Yeah, everybody remembers Cody. He's hard to forget. He's a fucking awesome dude. And so Cody and I roll up into Cathedral, like, all right, we're gonna watch each other's backs. Lincoln was hard as fuck, so we don't know what's coming. We maybe kick some ass if we have to. And it was a totally different environment. It was people that had been like all together. It was like one class of our crew instead of like a whole gang of motherfuckers. You know, they had like classes of 30 and shit instead of classes of 100 like we did. So they knew everybody. No one was like, you weren't gonna fuck somebody up and then disappear into anonymity like you can at a high school or a middle school that's full of people.
Not gonna happen.
And so,
So how would you guys resolve all those beefs that you guys had, and that like you guys just like chess? You guys played chess or something? Or like,
it turned into like how you could make it a laugh, or how you could like it ended up being kind of like
Comedic.
I don't want to say politics because it's not, but like yeah, you can't just kick somebody's ass because there's only 100 people in the whole fucking school,
right?
And you know everybody more intimately than in different settings.
Hey, I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't what?
That's another thing. Like it's just the homies, really. Like, so everything figures itself out. Even if it did get like pushing around, it figured itself out more quickly that way. I guess it's more direct.
So you ended up going to Cathedral all boys high school, and then
all boys high school, which is in downtown. I remember. I know in last episode you guys were talking about how like when you see somebody else from El Paso, you immediately go like, "What high school did you go to?"
Right.
And when everybody's always looking like, "Oh, fucking Chapin. Oh shit, yeah, I know." Kind of like I have a vision of who the people you hung out with were, and like what the school and the region were like, or Canutillo is a big ass brand new school, so you know those things. And then when you
knew if that person was a criminal or not.
Yeah.
It's like Cathedral. Oh yeah, he's a good guy.
When you say Cathedral, people kind of are on the fence. Some people will immediately think like, oh, it's a Catholic school. That's good kids. That's like this and that. Or some people will say, oh, everybody's from J-Town, so they must have money. I wonder where they got it. You know, that sort of thing.
And was it mostly like people from Mexico, from Juarez?
It was like, I would say it was like 50-50 maybe.
Hey.
Yeah. So quite, you know.
So how did they get their money?
Population of the school. Say that again.
I said, so how did they get their money?
Hey, I don't ask questions.
Oh yeah, you can't be asking those questions.
Yeah, I mean when there's only 100 people and shit.
Say, you need anything? You need some help? I got you, dog.
Evan was in there like trying to like hustle with these guys. Like, what's good, dude? Like, what are y'all trying to get into?
Keep yourself safe these days.
That's what's up, dude. So, I know one of the reasons we reconnected was because we met each other. Well, met each other. We saw each other at Aceitunas, and then we And then we fucking ended up following each other on social media, just like it always fucking happens with people nowadays. Nowadays, and
21st Century Love Story.
yeah. So then I started seeing that like you would actually do some like writings that you would post up on like a kind of like a vlog of, or not a vlog, a blog of some sort, and it was called on a website, Medium, right? That's the website that it's on.
Yeah, I use Medium. It's a blog.
It's pretty much a blog, and the way it's set up is like, I guess you can go on there and write like some freelance stories about like anything that like you want to express or anything that you're going through, and that's kind of like what it feels like when I'm looking at your Medium page. But the other interesting thing too is that like writing in general is like a dying medium of sorts, because you look at like newspapers, you look at magazines, and you know that art, because there is an art to writing. The art is kind of not dying, but it's transforming to like another spot, and the spots are like blogs. And I think it's really cool, and I think you write like really like good attention grabbing material. So I just wanted to talk to you about that a little bit. Like, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I started using Medium, just kind of like you said, at like maybe we could even call it like a diary at first. I would post something, just originally I would call them word vomit. It's just any words that I can think of. You know, Ernest Hemingway said that it's just write one true thing was his quote, or one of his quotes, to just write one true thing. And so you do that by some people do it by like getting trashed and then letting their drunk mind do the writing. You know, it's like somehow you can lower an inhibition by doing something. I like to steal things, so I'll steal somebody's paper and try and twist it up so that it can't be noticed. You know, I do that. I tried to do that with Hunter S. Thompson is the guy that I read.
Where do you get your ideas from when you start writing all these?
One of the papers that I recently wrote is kind of an attempt at a Gonzo. It's a Gonzo breakfast review that I wrote, and so like a Yelp review, you know.
Right.
But I wrote it like Gonzo style. So Hunter S. Thompson, if you don't recognize the name, he's famous for a movie, a book, for a bunch of writings, but namely one book and movie that was a Johnny Depp movie, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, where they go on this acid trip journey through Las Vegas.
Yep.
It involves cops and drugs, and it's savage, and there are motorcycles, and it's just this crazy ass adventure. And so Gonzo journalism is like, it's like a way that the character becomes a part of the scene, or really becomes the entire scene. And so the story that I wrote is kind of like a breakfast review at the end of the world, in the apocalypse, what it would be like to leave a breakfast review. And there are like rival protest gangs that show up in an Uber for protests.
For mothers against like chicken, like what was it?
Yeah, mothers against chickens. And it was
It's brilliant because that whole thing is a play on words, like mothers against drug. MAD, which was a campaign, like a anti-drug campaign, like launched by the government back when we were growing up.
Yeah.
And I remember that shit just being so prominent. But yeah, dude, those I'm gonna call them like blog entries that you write up there on Medium, and you can go check them out. And Evan will tell us a little bit more how you can find them later. But
these for me, I think these are like the story that you're talking about. When I read it, man, I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was just so cool. But like the little details like that, you know, like the mothers against chickens or something like that. I just think like that, like it fits the story perfectly, and it's just so original, you know. Like it's something that like I think to myself, like I wouldn't have ever even thought of that, you know. Like it puts me into shoes that I never thought I could, you know, make that a scenario up. And I think it's awesome, man. I'm not a reader, bro. I'm not a reader at all, you know. Even writing my name, I feel like it's just a waste of time. It's so
Yeah,
long,
I've
you
had
know?
conversations just wondering, like, is handwriting actually gonna even be a thing anymore?
No,
I hope
no. It's actually going
I
to
don't
be
like it.
completely useless because
That's dumb.
eventually everything's going to be digital. Nobody's going to be submitting anything on paper.
Fuck that.
But I think what you're going to see is that people are going to need to be a lot more better and concise at typing
Yeah.
and actually like
With their
learning to
hands.
use the keyboard and shortcuts and things like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like this is also gonna be like somewhat like kind of like classical music. You know, back then it was like the main thing people would listen to. You know, like kids our age, teenagers. That's everything people would listen to. But as time went on, it kind of died off. But the people when you hear it, it's like the prestige. You know, people you hear like only the very skilled people are still into classical music and playing classical music. And I think in some ways, I think that's how this whole writing is going. You know, it's dying off, but at the same time, it's being kept alive by naturals and stuff like this, like Evan over here, that keeps people interested and kind of shows it. It shows me the fun of like reading and imagining it on my own. You know, like picturing it on myself, getting lost into. Even though it's like a 3 or 5 minute read, for me it's like 15 because I read slow. But it's like it takes me out, you know, from where I'm at, and I think that's awesome, dude. And that's I think like that stuff like that is dying down for sure. And Evan, dude, you're tall. Put up a sign, say read my shit, keep writing.
I should carry a sign to hold up. People will see it.
Yeah, dude, definitely, dude. It's like, dude, is that billboard moving? It's like,
wild.
oh, dude, it's a guy.
Well,
Lord of the Rings, big ass trees.
well, what I was saying more, Misa, is like writing in the form of like actually writing shit down is going to be like die out. You know what I mean?
hope not.
People aren't going to be like writing letters to each other anymore. People don't do that as
Let's
it is.
start.
But well, look, Evan's like, look at this shit. But at the same time, some people still do it. I just like, I think the people that do it that way, it's more of a way to express themselves, and they don't just write to just like fucking write to somebody. You know what I mean? They're writing for a purpose almost.
Right.
More of an artistic expression. Just to even consider, you're actively slowing yourself down when you decide to use handwriting instead of typing. You're choosing to be slower. I think maybe that's a good thing sometimes, to choose to be maybe necessarily more deliberate. Just because you're slower, you have to be, take more time.
But there's something about, for me, when it comes to learning and memorizing, I think there's just something about writing things out. And then it's to another level when it's your own thoughts and you're just laying it out. You know what I mean? Like it's such a, I don't know.
Yeah, you're using a different part of your brain to do the active creating part when you're writing.
It's just a totally different magic and creativity that, I mean, fuck. I like books. I don't like digital. I see kids around me like straight up that they're on their iPads and they're doing like they have a pen. They're I can see them being efficient.
Lena, you've never heard an audiobook?
Dude, yeah, that's how I used to listen to.
Do you know how easy that shit is?
What?
He's saying how easy that is compared to reading. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
there's
but
something to audio for sure. I agree.
yeah, I mean, it's like for, people have their preferences. So whether they want to actually hold a book and read it or listen to it like a podcast, I mean, it's a personal preference. So, but yeah, like Evan, like those writings that you have posted on your blog, they're really like intricate. Like they go into a lot of detail and like they're very intriguing in a way. So for our listeners who want to go check out those blogs that you have posted, where can they find those?
I would go to I always have something posted on my link in my Instagram. So to check my Instagram, it's Ev_McMuffin. So Ev McMuffin, shout out.
Love it.
Shout out.
Brilliant Instagram name, by the way.
Thank you so much. I cannot fucking tell you how jealous I have been my whole life of just like someone has a great Instagram name or Twitter or a handle. Back in the day, the real OGs had a good AIM name.
Yep.
And
oh, hold on. Same the AIM talk for some 90s nostalgia. Perfect. Beautiful.
Bro, you know what? I've been wanting to change my like Instagram like name and stuff because I don't know when. I can't even remember. I made this Instagram account a long time ago, and I forgot the password several times because I never used it.
Dude,
But the whole name is Mi Salchicha. And for Chris that doesn't know Spanish that well, it's pronounced my sausage. So
Savage ass fucking Instagram name,
I'm
but
down.
so yeah, guys, go check out if you want to.
Dude, sausage and eggs, bro.
hey,
Oh, and
We-
Chris is baking an egg.
We got
bacon and eggs.
we got breakfast on the podcast today,
That's
so
what we fuck
for
with.
everybody who's down to go check out our boy Evan, go check him out. Look at his Instagram. Go read some of the stuff that he's writing. It's really cool, really unique. I think you guys will like it.
Definitely, for sure they will.
So we're coming up on the 36-minute mark. We're going to take a break. But before we do that, we're going to do one of our up-and-coming segments, one that has people excited. And it's called the Thoughts from the Shower with Misa segment. So, Misa, let's get those thoughts from you.
Yo, let me
Man, I love how this water always feels good on my back. Hey, why is there a D when you say fridge, but not when you say refrigerator? Hey, how come your lips don't touch when you say touch, but they touch when you say separate? Hey, how did the first person who made the first clock know what time it was?
Ooh. Oh, okay, I got that one. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Bro, that second one was so fire.
I don't even know what I said, dude. Those are just thoughts in my head while I'm taking a shower.
Oh, okay. So, Misa, go ahead and recap your thoughts. And then, Evan, you're going to choose which one you want to fucking tackle first.
I already know which one I want to tackle first.
I don't even know which one I said first, but one of them was why is there a D when it's fridge but not when it's refrigerator?
Okay. The second one was.
Second one was how come your lips touch when you say don't touch when you say touch, but they touch when you say separate?
Okay, that was a great one. Okay.
And then the last one is how did the first person who made the first clock know what time it was?
Okay, Evan, tell us which one you want to tackle first and why.
All right, let's get real for a second.
Straight up. There he is.
We need a history lesson just in case y'all didn't realize that there was, in fact, sundials.
Yep.
Right. But I get that. The only reason why I was thinking this question is like, okay, you know, people say like right when the sun's over you, like there is no shadow. That'd be like noon, right? So in that case, at the same time, it's like, okay, did that guy say it was like, okay, it's like there's no shadow. It's gonna be 12 o'clock. But then after this, it's going to be 1 o'clock, you know, but then we're only going to get to 12. And then after that, it's going to start all over again. But only one part's going to be AM and the other one's going to be PM. It's like, why and how? How did he even, why can't we start with like, I don't know, 55 and then go up like that, you know, like, hey, yo, dude, meet me at, you know, at 35:30
What?
in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine there was like 286 minutes in the hour.
Oh, no.
Cool.
No, that's a lot of time.
Okay, so what were you saying about sundials? Misa went off on this tangent. Oh my God. Okay, what were you saying about sundials?
No, that's it. We just had to be real about sundials for a brief moment.
Okay.
Way to touch that. No, we can move on. I don't know the. I'm not a mathematician per se.
In writing, I am, but you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Deep in fridge.
all right, Misa, go back to the second one.
How come there's a D in fridge but not in refrigerator?
Well, that's the first one, but yeah, how was that one? Or what do you think about that one, Evan?
That one landed on me. That was that got to me in a real special place in my heart because, first of all, I love the refrigerator as an invention. I think it's fucking amazing.
Brilliant. Food.
Think about it, dude.
Every
Think about it. People back then had to wait for ice to do anything, you know?
Just thinking about the Great Gatsby, they were lucky to have a block of ice brought up to their swanky hotel.
Yeah.
You know,
Perspective is
ice was bougie back then.
Dude, beer was warm back then. Think about it. Like,
Oh,
people
no.
drank their beer warm.
Yeah, that you'll get shot if you do that around here.
That's not a lifestyle I want to live.
Yeah.
Every time somebody says like, "Oh, I was born in the wrong time," I immediately think, "Bitch, they didn't have soap back then.
Hey.
No soap,
Or flushable toilets.
flushable toilet paper. You like at best you got a septic tank. At best."
I think we need to appreciate more of the time that we're born into. So the last one, Misa, was and I don't know why you can't hear the D in refrigerator, but you can in fridge. I don't understand, but it blows my mind. So the last thought you had was, why don't your lips touch when you say separate? Right?
No, why don't your lips touch when you say touch, but they touch when you say separate?
Okay. So when I say touch, oh dude, my lips didn't. Oh, they didn't touch
Okay,
there. But
do
when
it.
I said
Watch.
separate,
Hold on, focus.
yeah,
Do it
okay.
again.
Look at my lips, guys. Separate.
Oh yeah.
They
Now-
definitely touch. Yeah.
Now-
Separate.
For you listeners at home who are just listening, you can't see. His lips did in fact touch.
Yeah, they did.
He said separate.
That
I
separate.
want to say touch. So what does it
Wait,
look?
Chris, can you say separate without your lips touching?
All right.
Separate.
I get separate.
Okay.
Separate.
He said that was pretty.
Thank
decent.
Separate.
You look kind of like a doll though. Like,
Separate.
oh.
Yeah,
Separate.
that is crazy because yeah, when you say touch, it like nothing happens. Your lips don't touch. It's weird. So those are Misa's shower.
$10 word for
Hey,
you.
and there was another thought I was thinking about. I didn't want to say it, I didn't want to think it out loud in my shower because there's people around like you guys. But I was like, screw it, dude. And I was thinking, and it's like taxes are essentially just a yearly subscription to the country you live in, and childhood is like a free trial, and that to me like makes perfect sense. Like, yo,
Wow. That was a good one, dude. That was Jesus Christ. That was really, really enlightening.
wow.
I missed all
Write
of
that
that.
shit down, then. I keep writing it.
I
Don't
am.
look at me. Write it.
I am.
Evan, you missed that?
I missed the whole thing. I was just zooted that whole time.
You did.
He's still thinking about the whole fridge thing.
I was thinking about bilabial sounds. Yeah.
No, but I was saying that taxes are essentially just a yearly subscription to the country you live in, and childhood was like your free trial.
Hey, that's super true.
That's super
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Misa, you know where Evan was? Evan was in his own shower. Not his own shit.
I was in my own.
No,
thoughts.
see, like mine were like thoughts from the shower. Hits were like high thoughts, like hits the blunt kind of thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's all right.
Which are about the same thing though, right? Because I like to take a shower after take a big rip,
Yeah,
and
they-
then I start thinking about all this shit.
yeah, that's how this all comes to be, right? That's where this whole premise comes from. So, yeah, guys, we're going to take a break. Episode 42, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast featuring our boy, Evan Carter. Shout out again to you for being on the podcast. When we get back, guys, we're going to talk about some 90s nostalgia, some board games. We're going to talk about what the best Nickelodeon show was. And then we're going to do some of our usual segments, name that hit segment, funniest thing from the internet, and 5 random questions. So we will be right back, guys, but make sure you go subscribe, follow, like us on Instagram. You already know the deal. I don't know why I'm saying this again, but we will be right back.
Can you close that a little bit? Yeah, right there. No. A little bit. There you go.
All right, guys, we are back from our break, episode 42, featuring our boy Evan Carter. Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Like we said, guys, hit us up on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. On there, go and leave us a rating and a review. The more reviews and ratings we get, the more people will see our podcast. So if you guys can go do that for us, we would really, really, really appreciate it. Evan, thank you once again for being on the podcast today. How are you feeling the vibe right now, man?
I love it. I'm having a great time. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Hey, shout out to you, Evan, for sure. So one of the things we wanted to talk about, guys, was a little bit about some 90s nostalgia. We are all people who grew up in the 90s, and I feel like that was a pretty important time in our lives, obviously. But let's go around and let's kind of tell each other a little bit, like, the things that you remember from the 90s that make you feel like you're back in the 90s. So, Misa, let's start with you, dude.
Oh, dude, definitely. Actually, I've always been like a movie guy, dude. Even when I was young, I love going to like Blockbuster with my mom or my stepdad or my dad. You know, picking out the movies, grabbing your snacks on the way out. But it's also the movies itself that even to this day, I don't know, man. Like I go and watch a new movie, and it's like more times than not. Like, you know, it's disappointing, you know. But growing up, these movies like I've been showing my kids, like I told you guys, I've been showing my kids the movies that I was watching, and shows like from the Power Ranger movie, dude, to the Ninja Turtles, to the last one we saw was The Mask. I showed my daughter when she was younger Jurassic Park, so now I'm showing my son the movies Jurassic Park. All these movies, dude, that came out, I think for me is what even when I see a commercial or something like that, it just takes me back, gives me that like that cozy Friday night, Saturday night feeling when you're just there with your parents and they ordered pizza and you're just watching movies and being a kid again, no worries. You know, the only worry I have to think about is, am I gonna have a nightmare of a fucking T-Rex trying to eat me? That's about it.
Which is a big worry at the time.
Yeah, which it was, but compared to the worries that we have now, man, I'll give anything to to switch places to that, you know. But
hey, real fast, dude. Speaking about those nostalgic movies, fucking shout out to fucking Little Giants. You guys remember that?
Hey, the Little Giants, the Sandlot, dude. My son is a big little baseball fan.
Hold up, let's talk about Little Giants real fast. Evan, did you like that movie?
So, like I said, I'm more of a Sandlot fan, but yeah, I did like the Little Giants. I was always a little bit. I had like this teen angst, young kid angst towards the Little Giants because my family wouldn't let me play football until I was in middle school. So like the Pee Wee school kid football players, they were obviously going to be better than me by the time it was middle school.
But you had the height, so dude, you know that shit worked out.
Yeah, you know, it was all right.
That's what's up, dude. I fucking love that movie, fucking Little Giants, dude. That was a great movie. What else like brings you guys like this nostalgic feeling from the 90s besides
Nickelodeon, bro?
Oh, hold on. Before we get into Nickelodeon, I was gonna say what Evan said earlier. He touched base on this LimeWire and how we used to willingly like infect everybody's computer with like viruses that would just like fuck your computer up to the point of no return. But that was the norm. That was like what you did.
Not just that, but connecting to the internet. I was like, nobody could use the phone. You know, like you heard this one, like,
yeah, it was always there.
You know,
and it was iffy. Like more often than not, it was just gonna stop right in the middle of the
right.
down.
You didn't know if it was 100%. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm waiting
or something.
You guys fucking and I know Evan misses this, but AOL chat, AIM, instant messenger. He compared having a cool Instagram handle now to having a cool not Instagram, AOL instant messenger screen name back in the day. And it was very important that you wanted your screen name to be unique. And back in the day, that shit was lit, dude. Everybody was on AIM. It was like you would go home after school, everybody would get on AIM. You would hit up the girl that you thought you had a chance with, or you would wait for her to get on and then hit her up and change your fonts and shit. Like, it was lit, dude. Evan, like, how do you remember AIM, dude?
I actually, I remember my wife and I, used to hit each other up on AIM.
Hey.
True.
We're sweethearts from way back in the day. Yeah, we dated for 2.5 years, and that's how our relationship started, was on AOL Instant Messenger.
Fuck yeah.
I'm ashamed of my name. It was terrible. It was B-Ball God 1312.
Wow.
I know. It's horrible.
Nice.
I think mine was like fucking some weird shit like Fro Whizzle Flip because they used to call me like
Fro?
Fro because I had a Fro, and I don't know where all that other shit came from. Misa, do you remember your AIM screen name?
Actually, dude, I never even messed around. I didn't even know about all this until like the only time I ever really like started with like social media was with MySpace
Okay, so
or any of that sort. Like none of that, dude.
okay,
But my first, I mean, I even remember putting up a Mexican. It's like a Mexi and then like a space and then can. So
that was you. Yeah,
That
it
was-
fits you really well, by the way. Just saying. Anyways,
Yep.
so yeah, guys, those are like a lot of things that were fucking cool about the '90s. I really miss that time, and I'm glad I grew up in that time.
Hey, and I don't know if it's just me, but for some reason, and I spent a lot of time outside in the '90s, and I
Oh.
just feel that the '90s had some really good weather.
Global warming.
Like I can't, like if I compare it to like now, like or like the past like 10 years, like I hate being outside now. You know, like
God,
even,
it's
but like in the '90s, all in the '90s, dude, I could give shits. Maybe it's just because I was young or whatever, maybe, but I can't remember like having like being 1998, being outside and being like, yo, dude, I can't be out here. It's just too hot.
Fucking scorching days of summer. Like global warming is to blame for that.
Yeah,
So
dude.
I'm gonna throw out a few other fucking themes that I've been nostalgic about, and I just want to see if you guys feel the same way. Do you guys remember Pogs? Do you guys remember those?
Oh, it was about Pogs. Yeah.
Nope.
You could get like if it was shiny and heavier, then you knew like, damn, this Pog is in the money right here.
Yeah, for real. Okay, other thing I was gonna bring up: baseball cards. Did you guys collect baseball cards?
I didn't.
I didn't really do baseball cards. I did Pokemon cards though.
Okay, that's the other thing I was gonna ask. Pokemon cards. Did we all fuck with that?
Chris
I
was
did.
all
I fucked
about it.
heavy with
The
Pokemon.
only card I had was my green card. Hey, wait.
Hey, there
Hey.
you go. Ichi Misa.
Nah.
Okay. So yeah, those are a few things that I liked. Also, I remember board games were a big fucking thing for people back then. I know people play games now, but it's kind of like more of those card games
Yeah, it's
where
not
you
the
just
same.
like read shit to each other. Board games back in the day were like
Life.
Life, Clue, fucking Monopoly,
Trouble.
like Trouble. Yeah, Hungry Hippos. Remember that one? Who remembers that one?
Connect 4. Dude,
Or
I'd connect them 4s real quick.
Yeah. I actually got started into chess pretty early too. I'm not gonna lie to anybody.
Yeah. Chess,
all right. So
Yes.
what do you?
Ah,
What are you guys' view on Monopoly? Are you guys Monopoly fans? What do you guys think?
this one's gotta go.
Sorry, dude. What?
What
Sorry,
do you,
dude. It's because Blue interrupted me when I was talking about chess.
Hey.
Blue interrupted me with a photo of a model of this girl with like a really tight bikini and a big chest. So right when I say chest, I look around and he's like,
and goddamn, right in your face. There
Right
it is.
there.
I was saying, like, how do you guys feel about like board games like Monopoly and stuff? Are you guys fans of that shit, Evan?
Yeah, I could do Monopoly. You got to commit some real time to that kind of thing though.
Oh,
I never got into Monopoly just because of like how Evan said, it takes time.
You got to set aside
And,
a whole afternoon.
Yeah, so it's hard to find people that are committed like that to play a whole round. And I
Dude.
don't like playing with my family because then, I won't see them for a couple of years after the game's over.
Because then it starts becoming Monopoly in real life. They're like, "Where's my fucking red money, motherfucker?"
Dude, yeah, dude. No, for sure.
That's love, dude. Fuck yeah.
Monopoly beef can carry over.
What was that, Evan? Sorry.
That Monopoly beef can carry over into real life beef.
Always.
you lose friends that way.
Did you guys ever fuck around and play like that Battleship game where like
Oh,
sets and one person would get one and you have to call out like B-16 motherfucker, and they're like, "Oh, you
you
suck
know what,
Battleship, homie! Like that my submarine, you got it."
That was
dude?
the
I used to
real-
play. I used to use that board game as like a laptop.
Yeah.
Like be all pro and stuff. Like And like I'll go over to my cousins and they'd have that board game too, so it'd be like 2 against 2, and like we'd just set each other up, and right next to each other, and like legit style,
And
turn
go to
down the
war.
lights.
And
a
go
little bit.
straight to war with each other. I
Yeah,
love
dude. Awesome.
Evan, did you ever play that shit?
Yeah, Battleship is fucking awesome.
Did you guys ever do it? Did I remember actually doing this a lot in middle school, especially like during like task tests or like a lockdown or something? Because that happened a lot. There's a lot of fucking druggies out there.
For real, like
Right? I mean, I got busted in one of those, lockdowns. But I was just saying, before me, there's a lot of, other ones. But,
what happened?
but I remember when we were playing Battlefield. I remember like she was folding a paper in half, and then like she was drawing your stuff.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, and then that's how we would do it in class playing Battlefield, dude. That was dope.
Hey,
Nowadays, people don't even know what paper is.
that's what's good. Hey, can we talk about tech decks?
Oh,
Dude.
shout out to Obi if we're gonna talk about tech decks.
Oh, Obi. Remember
Obi.
Obi?
Yeah, Obi was the realist on a tech deck.
Yeah, he was, bro. No lie. Facts.
No cap.
He inspired me to do it, dude. No shit. He inspired me to buy a tech deck and get good at it.
Bro, I used to love fucking tech decks back in the day. Do you know what we're talking about? Let us sat this whole fucking thing out. She has no thoughts from 90s nostalgia.
No, I just don't have. Well, we didn't watch a lot of TV, so there's that.
Yeah, but none of this was like related to TV. We haven't even talked about Nickelodeon yet.
In games, I didn't really fuck with games either. I wasn't good at them. My brothers did like the shooting games where you hook it up to the TV and you shoot.
Wait, what town did you grow up in?
92, dude.
No, what town did you grow up in?
Oh, I thought he said time. Sorry. I'm on 92, Moriarty, and then.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I grew up outside, dude. Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Apologies.
Sorry. Sorry. We got involved in this one. Okay. So,
I think our city was pretty much packed with kids all the time, though. Like, there was people out riding bikes constantly.
Well, and see, when I lived in Tomé, we had a lot of land, and I had brothers. And then when we moved and we went to Moriarty, where I spent a lot of my time, I had cousins from a big fucking family, like immediate cousins and then other cousins. Like, you're never alone. So you're always with people, siblings, cousins. You're doing shit. I remember, like, when we would have winter in Moriarty, because fucking it gets snow over there, we would tie ropes to, like, the thing on a truck. What's that top part that you lift up?
the hitch.
There you go. We take one of those, we tie a rope to it on a four-wheeler, and we'd fucking pull each other. Like, I grew up outside.
Just savage.
Yeah, you know what? Like pretty much back then, like I'd want to go outside as much as like kids nowadays want to fucking get on the games and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
it's definitely different.
Hey,
My son doesn't give a fuck about video games. My son,
Good.
he gets down on some YouTube, but most of the time he just wants to be like, if he could choose, he could swim all day, every day.
Oh, so
Hey.
hey, Michael Phelps, dude, you think he'll be as tall as you, bro? Is he a tall kid?
Yeah.
And see, my grandma, she lived in Albuquerque, so that's my dad's mom. She had a pool, so we spent a lot of time in the pool too. Like that's like we filled our time totally different than what kids fill their time with now, or like what their options are.
yeah,
or
but
whatever.
everybody has filled their time differently, like because kids now have YouTube with that. That wasn't a thing back then. And iPads weren't a thing back then. So it's just like it's not something that like that you can just be like, oh, like we all used to fucking play outside back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yes, we didn't have
Nobody
any-
plays outside now.
Nobody plays outside now.
Yeah.
Like it was all of us, but I don't know. Now we sound like our fucking parents saying like, I used to walk 25 miles to school in the snow and I didn't have no shoes on and
But
I
that's
had to
different,
run.
like, yeah, you could say it's technology has evolved, and yeah, that's cool. But I don't know, man. I think it's like it's in some sense like human nature. Like my son, dude. My son's 4 years old, and yeah, he likes playing on his tablet, his games too. But more times than none, dude, he just wants to run and like be be physically active and running, dude. And,
Then it's on the parents. Then it's on the parents.
oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay. So,
But I mean, thank God for YouTube too.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. You guys can't say that like you don't use technology to your advantage because YouTube is a godsend for parents and just plug those motherfuckers on there. But anyway, fucking real fast. We'll end the 90s nostalgia with your favorite Nickelodeon show. Nickelodeon was the shit back in the day. Everybody watched that shit. And I'll go first. Rocket Power.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
That was the show that you used to watch when you like were the outcasts in your family. Like Rocket Power was the one. You know what I mean? Like Church, what did you watch?
Dude, actually, Nickelodeon was like a big thing for me, man. Like from like Hey Arnold to
Doug?
Angry Beavers to the Rugrats. Look, dude, I even got this right here. I don't know if you guys can really see it.
Nickelodeon coffee cup. Yeah,
get
there you
out
go.
of town.
Nice.
On a weekend. Oh, bro, like some French toast, some Angry Beavers.
Hell yes, dude.
Juice.
I mean, and also I gotta also give a shout out to Cartoon Network, dude. You know, they had some good shows on there too, like
Honorable mention though.
like Cat Dog, well, Tom and Jerry, yeah, but that's like
Johnny Bravo was pretty funny.
Johnny Bravo was a shit, dude.
Dexter's Lab, bro. Don't sleep on
Dexter's
Dexter.
Lab.
Dude, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Fairly Odd Parents was funny. Courage was good.
Hey, but what was your favorite one from Nickelodeon? Me, so you completely dodged the question.
I would probably have to go with like Hey Arnold.
Okay, Hey Arnold.
Just like their whole storyline, bro. I thought it was just so cool, and then at the end, it was like kind of meaningful, you know, kind of deep.
Dude, you know what stood out to me about Hey Arnold, and I'm about to break
His
this
room?
down on well, not only that, but I'm about to break this down on like a super society
head?
level. No, fucking. Well, not only that, obviously, but fucking like it made me feel like I was living in like a place like New York City, and being from some place where El Paso, like you don't live that urban type of life, and
Right, dude.
kind of like the atmosphere it showed me, and I was like, oh, okay, this is how like other people live their life. Like it's not just about the way I do shit. Like you know, everybody's different.
But it showed for me, like it showed you a lot. It showed you like most of his friends were like a different race.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying.
You know, there's like an Asian girl, you know, and all this, and you know, so
Like
it's about like bullying, and then like also being like a animal lover. You know, every time when it started, he'll open his door and all his animals will run out.
And then also, dude, like you know how it was like, oh, bro, the fifth graders want to play us in football. Like that was a big deal back in the day. Like, oh, the fucking sixth and seventh grade, like the older people, you're like, oh, fuck, like I don't fuck with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
were for real scary. Like they're not only scary but also cool. Like it was a good example. Hey Arnold did a good job of displaying from a kid's point of view what it felt like to look up.
Yes,
Dude, one thing I love the most, bro, and I said it just now, was his room. Like, like to this day, I would kill to have like an office to have like his room was set up.
and then with the glass ceiling to look
The
at.
glass ceiling, dude, he could climb up there, and
You
I thought it was just cool.
ladder, right?
What's that?
You have a pull down ladder?
Did he?
On the
No, I
roof?
think it was a ladder. I think it was a ladder in the wall that was built in the wall that he would just climb up to, and then like
I gotta rewatch those shows.
open the
If I remember. The dogs and the fucking and the cats and the pig Wilbur, right?
yeah. Hey, you know what? I remember Doug too.
Doug was cool. Hey, Evan, what was your favorite show back in the day? Well, Nickelodeon show.
Well, Nickelodeon was definitely went the hardest. Hey Arnold was a big one for me. I would say Rugrats initially hit really hard for me too. Just because I always wonder, I can't really remember what it's like to be a kid, a baby, and so by the time you're watching Rugrats, I couldn't even really remember then. So I was like, "Fuck, I wonder what it's like," because I had a little brother who was a baby at the time, so it was like a cool connection for me, I guess.
Hey,
You know what? Rugrats went hard, dude. Actually, probably Rugrats was the one show that I kept watching as I got older. You know, like I even stopped watching Hey Arnold, and maybe it was just because they played it a lot more, and movies came out and stuff like that. So I guess Rugrats for me also stuck around the most.
I was
Interested in them as teenagers, and then immediately was not interested anymore.
Yeah,
Not good.
it's like
that movie was
you're
tra-
growing up with them.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool concept.
Lena, what was your favorite Nickelodeon show back in the day?
It's funny you guys are talking about Rugrats because I wasn't allowed to watch it. Like, I distinctly remember being told, those kids are bratty and you shall not watch that show.
You're not wrong.
Jesus, you're living in the
The
communism.
Rugrats.
Straight up. No, honestly, like, my grandma, like, she was the one who let us watch TV when we were there. So we fucked with, like, Disney Channel, like, movies on the weekends, but definitely movies with my mom. So that's what's up. But I would honestly, Looney Tunes and, like, Tom and Jerry were mostly my cartoons. I wouldn't really say, like,
Love old cartoons.
and, like, Disney Channel, I remember things like Lizzie McGuire, like, Even Stevens. Not necessarily
Lit.
cartoons, you know what I mean? So I would say Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry, like, that was my shit.
All
I gotta
right.
say, most nostalgic TV for me is that there's this time period after you got home from Lincoln, after you got home from middle school, where Fresh Prince had a double block on.
Oh,
And when Fresh Prince had a double block on, I was like, yes, I love this. Moesha would hit right after Fresh Prince. It was Moesha, and so that was always a big one for me.
Hey, for me, every time getting there, dude, for some reason, every single time I walked into the door, my mom had it in that like Spanish channel, and like, and the first thing I would see is that commercial Inglés sin barreras, like to learn English.
Yeah.
Have you guys remember that commercial? You guys
I
ever
don't.
seen it?
No,
You
I
don't?
no.
Oh my! Well, most of our listeners are gonna know this. But Inglés sin barreras, dude, it's a funny shit. I'll post it. I'll post a meme about it later. But not just that, but like the Mexican news, Primer Impacto. And then once that was over, bam, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air coming up.
Yeah, dude.
That was-
The Mexican commercial that hit the hardest was the Bimbo commercial because that bear was out of control. Tell me I'm wrong, bro.
He's not lying, bro. He's not.
Hey, for sure.
Oh, okay. All right. So, fucking, that was our naughty nostalgia talk. So, are you guys ready to do the name that hit segment? All right. So this segment has been revamped. We've decided to we decided to narrow it down to specific years of music, and we chose
And
2000.
specific guests too.
Well, we chose the year 2002 to 2004, but I did put one song in there that's from 2005. But
Oh, come
also,
on, Chris. It's just gonna mess everything up, Chris.
no, I know. But also, what I did was before I tell you the lyrics, I'm gonna fucking give you like a brief autobiography of the artist to kind of set the scene for you guys. Because if this doesn't work,
Oh.
then we're canceling this segment. This segment's gone.
It's done its course. It's ran. It's ran its course.
Okay, so if this doesn't work, then we're scrapping it. Hey, shout out that giraffe in the back, by the way. All
Hey,
right,
by the way,
so-
that's a full-grown giraffe, and Evan's standing up. So
Okay, so Lena, do you want to read one or do you want me to read? How do you want me to do it?
Okay, so let me go. hold
So
on.
before you read the lyrics, let me read the autobiography and then I'll let you read the lyrics.
Okay.
Are you ready?
No, I mean I have a good description.
No,
and
I'm
down.
going to read the description and then you read the lyrics.
I hate you. All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So this artist, it's a female artist. She sold 13 million albums in the United States.
oh, I already know who.
Give it a second. She has 14 Vivo certified videos, including Girlfriend, Smile, Complicated, and Hot. And the lyrics to this song go as
He wanted her. She'd never tell. Secretly, she wanted him as well. But
That's
all
J-Lo.
her friends. Huh?
J-Lo?
no, it's not J-Lo.
But all of her friends stuck up their nose. They had a problem with his baggy clothes.
No clue.
No,
Is that Christina Aguilera?
no.
I was coming as confident as I could with J-Lo, and then I was out.
I'm out.
This is my girl, Avril Lavigne.
This is Avril Lavigne,
Oh my
Skater
God,
Boy.
Oh my
I
god.
missed, so I briefly missed Avril Lavigne. That wave just kind of passed by me. I was like, and then there's no
He goes
reason,
like this. He goes like this. Like if a lot of things go over. his-
Ahead. Okay, so
I guess.
Oh, there you go. For you guys.
Let me do this one.
no, I'll do the next one. This
Okay.
segment might just crash
Okay,
straight
let me
into
read
the
the
ground and die. But yeah, Lena will read the description of this artist, and then I'll read the lyrics to
I
the
forgot her
song.
birthday's in October. Okay. Born October 13th, 1980, in Glen Cove, Long Island, New York. An actress, also known in Coach Carter, 2005, Resident Evil Extinction, 2007, and John Tucker Must Die, 2006. Shout out John Tucker Must Die. Shout out Vanessa.
All
Great
right.
movie. It's a great movie.
Okay, so let me read the lyrics. It goes, "Baby, I don't know why you're treating me so bad. You say you love me, no one above me, and I was all you had. And though my heart is beating for you, I can't stop crying. I don't know how I allow you to treat me this way, and still I stay."
I think your segment's dead, bro. I'm sorry. We tried.
Think Coach Carter.
You guys still don't know who this song is?
Chris. Oh, Chris.
No, nothing, no guesses.
Hold on. Say those words again.
It was in
Yeah.
Coach Carter, wasn't she?
What was that, Evan?
Faith Evans?
No, nothing. Close.
Wasn't she Coach Carter?
Okay, let me read it again. Baby, I don't know why you're treating me so bad. You said you loved me, no one above me, and all was all you had. And though my heart is beating for you, I can't stop crying. I don't know how I allow you to treat me this way, and still I stay.
Yo, I'm gonna go with J-Lo.
No, dude, Ashanti, foolish.
Who?
Ashanti.
Girl, yeah.
Oh,
Oh
what
my.
happened to her?
I was shouting out 50 Cent earlier. You can't come at me with that. They had beef. You had to pick a side.
Okay, so all right. God damn it, we're 0 for 2. This segment is done after
Yeah, we're
this.
done with
I'm
this.
feeling it. Okay.
What was the 50 Cent and Ja Rule beef? Murder Inc. was Ja Rule's crew?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was Ja Rule was Murder Inc. back in the day, and then 50 Cent did his own fucking thing.
G-Unit, dog. Come on. You
The
gotta
unit.
Hey, didn't
They had the
Off topic,
fucking
but-
clothing brand at like Kohl's or Mervin's or some shit. Some shit.
no, but didn't like 50 Cent like he bought like 200 seats, like the front seats of like one of Ja Rule's concerts,
so funny.
and then nobody showed up, so it was like an empty like front row shit just to get back at him. And 50 Cent in an interview said that he saw him online for sale for like $15. So he's like, shit. That's a cheap way to get somebody back.
So let's go for the next one. So this song was released in 2003. It was written by an American musical group consisting of rappers will.i.am and J. Ray Soul. And the lyrics go like this: people killing, people dying, children hurting.
People killing, people
dying,
dying, children hurting every time. And you're watching.
Okay, who's got the answer?
On the other cheek.
Okay, so let Evan talk.
Jesus, Chris, fuck.
Learning it.
You see, Evan, he was enjoying it.
Okay, who sang that song?
That was Black Eyed Peas and Justin Timberlake.
No, I don't think Justin Timberlake
I
was
do
in
not
it.
recall.
You're going too far with that, boy. Should stop at a
This is
bet. No, dude. How much you want to bet? No.
Misa. What song is this?
This is
What's
Where's
it
the
called?
Love?
There
Where's the
you
Love
go.
by the
Jesus,
Black
fuck.
Eyed Peas.
Yeah, Jay Timberlake.
wrong with the road, mama? People living like ain't got no mama.
There you go. Okay, we finally got one. Okay,
Was
number
there-
4.
That was a good one. Black Eyed Peas.
Okay, number
Hold on,
4.
No.
I'm going to Google it.
You're gonna read the description and then.
Yeah, I'll read the description again. Okay, number 4 was written by an American singer-songwriter. Upon completion of her education at the School of American Ballet, she chose to pursue a career in music instead. This is the way the song goes, and this was released in 2005. It goes, making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound.
Oh, man. Plus a feature for that movie with the
White chicks.
White Chicks feature.
I love
Okay,
White
but we're talking about the song. Who wrote
I
the
don't
song?
even know the name of the song or the singer.
Evan's onto it. What was that, Vanessa? Or sorry, what was that, Evan?
Vanessa Williams or Vanessa
Vanessa Carlton.
Yeah.
Carlton.
Enough. Okay.
Wild.
All right. 1,000 Miles, Vanessa Carlton.
Yes.
So now we're officially 1-1 going into the last question. And let's,
I'm
or the
gonna
last
read the
songs.
description.
Okay.
No. I'm gonna read the lyrics.
Okay. So this is the last one. This is the tiebreaker. We're 1-1. And this is going to decide if this segment survives another episode, if not. Okay.
Make or
So
break.
Lena, go ahead and read the description for song number 5.
Nah, I'm gonna read the lyrics.
Or okay, I'll read the description.
Yeah.
So this song is written by an American hip hop recording artist, released in 2003. Grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, and began rapping in his late teens, and toured on an opening act with Nelly in the summer of 2002. So
Eminem.
no, chill.
Chill out.
Okay, Lena, read the lyrics.
They're not. Okay. Peeps call me up. Said it's a hotel party. Just bring the liquor.
R. Kelly.
Already 8 shotties. I'm on my way. Wait. Let me stop by the store. Get a 12-pack of Corona plus an ounce of Dro, you know.
That's Holiday Inn.
Oh yes,
Chilling but the Holiday Inn.
Who
Yeah.
is that?
Chingy Holiday.
Iggy.
Oh, he's right there.
Oh my God. Thank
Nothing
you.
chilling at the Holiday Inn.
Thank
Who you with?
Who you
Dude, I
with?
used to get so annoyed by that.
Wow.
Holiday Inn.
Oh fuck yes, Evan.
Girlfriend.
Evan, you saved this segment, bro. This segment is gonna last at least one more episode.
God.
I'm a little bit sad that you didn't pick Shake Your Tail Feather, but it's okay.
I had a good amount of songs to choose from, and I was trying to do like the ones that I thought you guys would get. So I feel like we did pretty good on that. So that was that Name That Hit segment, guys. Now we're gonna go ahead and transition into the funniest thing from the internet today. We go around the virtual Zoom call. We tell you a little bit about something that's funny that we saw. And who's going to go first? Misa, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first, dude. And it's something that Belisha showed me like 5 seconds ago.
Shut up, Blue.
Shut up, Blue. But it's a picture of like a guy. I guess he's going hiking, and you see him pointing out like super far, and you can see like the landscape, and it's like nothing but like flat land. And he's pointing out, and it says, "Way over there is where you go with that bullshit."
Take that shit over there.
That's a good one. Okay, Lena,
Oh, okay.
let's see your funniest thing from the internet today.
It's a picture of a couple, and the woman's eating a pizza. Having a girlfriend is cool until you realize how much you gotta. Facts.
That's true.
Okay.
No cap on that one. Evan, do you got a funniest thing from the internet today?
Yeah. So the scene in one of the newest Star Wars where Kylo Ren is screaming more. Right? You guys, if you haven't seen it, he's just
They have it.
wants more. And it's a top and a bottom, and it's Kylo Ren with like long ass hair, and he says more. And then it shows a picture of a couch with some throw pillows on it. And it's like, more! And then it shows another picture of a couch, and it's like covered in throw pillows. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's just real as fuck.
That's what girls do, man. They have
That's not what I do.
they have an obsession with throw pillows because
I
I've
don't.
seen people's beds
Or-
where they got like 100 pillows on the bed. It's like, what is that for?
Or towels, or little towels,
Doilies?
or blankets.
All right, so my funniest thing from the internet today is it's a meme, and it's a lady going through what looks like TSA security at an airport, and it says in captions, "Are you carrying any liquids on you?" And then the response is just this WAP.
Oh God, Jesus! I knew you were gonna bring that. Jesus. Hey, I gotta say something. Now that you reminded me of that, explain to the people what WAP.
So WAP is a song that was released by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, and the acronym sounds for Wet Ass Pussycat without the cat,
Shout
if you
out.
know what I mean.
Shout
And
the dirtiest song I've ever heard in my life.
basically a song
shut
about
up.
who's got the wettest pussycat on the face of the earth.
You know what?
So,
I'm gonna, no. I'm gonna come in as the only girl and say,
Meg Thee
hey,
Stallion.
hold on. By the
You
way,
can't defend this. I want to hear Lena defend this.
no, I want to hear.
I want to hear Lena defend
Hold
Cardi B yelling out.
Hold on, I want-
"Wet-ass pussy."
that's what happens.
I want to hear a true.
Does it or does it not happen in sex?
No, I don't. That's not what we're getting at. What I want to hear about is, I want to like hear like a super strong feminist come on and defend this song. For
Okay.
real,
At the end of the day,
because this
You
is.
don't hear us guys talking about like our hard ass. Like, yo.
We'd go to jail if we did that.
Afro Man song about that.
you guys
Yeah, that's true.
no,
Yeah,
no.
that's true.
You
There is a
have
song about
fucking
that.
Rap songs saying like fucking shit like I fucked
That's
that
true,
girl and she
yeah.
became
Whisper.
she wasn't lesbian anymore. Like that, you cannot tell me that there is not.
There is that one song
pop
that goes,
songs.
"My pussy, my bad," or something like that.
Okay, so all right, that
Hey,
was
real quick, to that one that you just said, Chris. I saw this meme and it made me laugh. Do you guys know of that those CDs that come out and it's like those kids pop CDs
yeah.
that come out?
Oh, God.
There's this one picture of this guy and he was like, it looks like he was thinking really hard, like he was sweating and his veins were popping out, and then it's like people at Kid Pop trying to figure out how to make a song for WAP, you know?
So funny as fuck.
He was like, wow.
Mm.
All right, okay. So
I've said my piece.
those were our funniest scenes from the internet today, guys. Before we wrap up the podcast, we're gonna do what we usually do with most of our guests here. We're gonna ask them some 5 random questions and really try to get to know them as an individual, and see if we can break down who they are on a personal
Hey,
level.
you got my favorite question on there?
No, that will be the bonus question. So we don't need. We're not gonna ask the one word to describe your life
That's
question.
not the bonus
today.
question I got.
But I got the bonus question, and I got 5 for our boy Evan here. So Evan, are you ready for these 5 random questions?
I hope so.
Okay.
That's an honest answer.
Yeah, let's do it.
Lena, are you ready?
I was born.
Okay. Question number 1. Evan, have you ever taken a full naked picture of yourself?
Yeah.
I feel
Yes.
everyone has. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, what do you call those pictures where like you have like it goes to like really like
A panoramic picture.
a panoramic shot? That's what Evan Carter had to do. It's just like from his
Oh, yeah.
all the way up.
Down in a pano.
I had to go put it and hang it from like a spring or a slinky. Put it on a timer and bounce it and run away with the panoramic picture.
Okay, so Evan has taken a nude picture of himself in panoramic view because he's so fucking tall.
Hey, what about you, Chris?
I've never taken a full like blown naked picture of myself. Not like my full self. You know what I mean? What?
Half, my bottom half.
Yeah, my bottom half probably.
Bro, get
Nis-
out of town.
Misa, have you taken a naked picture of yourself?
No, I haven't, dude. I haven't.
Okay, that's good. Thank God, because we wouldn't
Yeah,
want to fucking
'Cause
blind.
I need a panoramic photo as well.
Hey, okay, that's what's up. All right, question number 2. Evan, have you ever seen a UFO?
No, but I did go see the Marfa Lights.
Okay.
So, have you ever heard of the Marfa Lights?
Tell us.
So if you go driving down I-10, not towards Phoenix, but the other way, in towards the middle of Texas, and then you head south, you find a town called Marfa, and it's dark as fuck because there's not shit out there. It's the middle of nowhere, and you park on the side of the road, and you look out on the horizon, and there's these little fucking lights that show up on the horizon, and they just kind of like float and they bounce around. It's wild. It totally fucking blows your mind.
They don't know what these lights are.
Well, they seem to understand it. My understanding of what the lights are is
Aliens.
gases come leaking out of the ground, have like refracted light from behind the horizon. There's light coming up that you can't see, basically.
Yeah, I like the alien version better.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Yeah, but some people think it's worms with big lights on their alien heads.
Hey,
What?
true.
Well,
Jesus.
Yeah,
I believe that. Probably.
It could be anything. It's a UFO. It's
I don't
unidentified, right?
fucking know. I'm not a scientist. I almost didn't make it out of religion college. And religion,
Says a lot.
All right. So speaking about religion, right? Question number 3. And let's just say heaven is real, and let's just pretend that it's a place that we're all going to one day. But if you went to heaven who is the very first person you would look for?
is anybody that is important? Like, there are already important dead people to me, so I'm gonna exclude them and like selfishly for the question, not say them because like they can wait, right? We have forever, so
Right.
None of the dead people. I love you guys, but this podcast has precedence over you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, the first people that I would run to would be probably somebody that's like massively influential
In writing.
stylistically or in that fashion. So maybe like Hunter S. Thompson or Ernest Hemingway. Jesus himself, if you can get the fucking appointments, but like he's probably booked.
Hey, that's a short story to go through.
Yeah, he's probably got people waiting for him to fucking talk to him. So okay,
Waiting in line for Jesus.
that's a good answer. That was a good answer. Fucking Jesus. Fucking Misa, God bless. Okay, question number 4. Literally, God bless. He blessed himself again. Question number 4, Evan. Are you a boxers or briefs kind of guy, and why?
Ooh, you got to keep it tight. Stay in with the briefs all day. But it's boxer briefs. It can't just be like straight up chones, like just the white fucking tighty whities. To me, that's too much. It's invasive almost.
Yeah.
Gotta have some fabric. Or just let it all be free. I'm okay with that.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, Misa's more of a free baller, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Especially in this heat.
Question number 5, and then we'll get into a bonus question.
Damn.
And this one is going to get real deep, and I'm just wanting you to prepare for that.
I'm ready.
Can money buy you happiness?
Yes.
It's really important.
It's important, right?
Yeah, it's important.
It's
So
like,
there's this guy. I think his name is Daniel Kahneman. He's a famous psychologist who has come up with these measures of happiness. There are these 2 different types of happiness. There's an overall satisfaction, and then there's like your short-term gratification style happiness, the feel good versus the doing well, right? Like one is a thought versus one is a feeling.
Yeah, like one is like when you go and get a number 5 at Whataburger for that very moment. And then the other one is pretty much when you get a really, really good job. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And so like money can literally get rid of a humongous portion of everybody's everyday stress. So
Like it kind of, I feel like, and this is just my personal opinion, it kind of helps to bridge the big fucking gap in between. You know what I mean? Because instant gratification, I feel like, is so prevalent now too, especially with technology. Like, it's just the way you think is differently because the accessibility to you as a person is a lot different than it was back then because technology has changed that and it's made it instant.
So pretty much it would be, your answer would be yes to a certain extent.
Yes, with like all of the requisite precautions. Everybody always says like, you know, first and foremost, don't let that shit go to your head.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say more or less it's kind of like it doesn't make you happy, but it's it's going to help in a way. Like it's essential when you're trying to build like a solid foundation. You know what I mean? And the whole world runs on this shit, dude. Money is important in that way. You know what I mean? So question number 5. That was question number 5 for you there, Evan. And we got one more bonus question that was suggested by our boy Misa. Jesus. And that question is, me and you are in a room, right? And my beautiful grandma, who cannot see out of her left eye, and she's got a hairnet on and curls in her hair because she just dyed her hair from gray back to brown.
Mm-hmm.
She's sitting in a room with me and you, and there's $1 million cold hard cash in a duffel bag ready with your name on it. All you have to do is slap my grandma as hard as you can. Are you slapping her?
No, I would kill her. I couldn't do that.
Wow.
So
Then you could pay for her funeral.
Okay. That's a good way to look at it. Silver lining.
I couldn't.
Oh,
do
my
it.
bad.
Couldn't do it. I mean, it's really tempting.
Right?
See, I told you, man. Evan's such a good guy.
Good
I don't
guy,
like his
man.
answer, but I like it at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the sentiment is there, but like, I get it. I understand the temptation. You know, everybody would want.
So
Everybody.
let's just say she ain't gonna die.
No.
So we know she's not gonna die. Then
Right.
yeah,
But you, even though like you're gonna slap her as hard as you can, but you know it's gonna hurt her, but she ain't gonna die.
is
Will
she?
you do it?
You know it's coming, or am I bushwhacking her?
You're bushwhacking her, and she might develop Alzheimer's.
Oh, for the.
She already has it, Chris.
No, she's on the onset of having it. She doesn't have it yet.
Oh, so she'll fully have it.
Yeah, she's fully
You're
gonna have it.
like it's like a start up button, like bam, fully on.
That I might accidentally smack some sense into her.
Or maybe knock all of it out.
Yeah. The Alzheimer's proposition there. It's like, I
We
don't know.
We're pushing him to say yes.
Yeah, we should have
Said no
known.
already. All right, guys.
We should have known the answer was going to be no, because he did go to a Catholic school. So shout out to that.
You
Okay,
learned something. for sure.
Lena's got one more bonus question, and then we are going to do our final thoughts and wrap up this podcast. So Lena, bonus question.
Your most, I don't want to say favorite, a piece that's closest to your heart that you've written, that's published for our viewing. What is it?
Ooh. The one that's my favorite.
I mean, yeah, your favorite or just
Well,
one
So I wrote a paper that kind of like got me started into taking writing seriously. It's I think it might be the first paper published on my Medium, called The Proud Byway. Or no, it's called Fear. That is one of the titles, but it's called Fear and Loathing: Mental Health in Bat Country. It's a long title.
Oh, shit.
They are all kind of long titles, so forgive that. But I wrote it about I had this idea in my head where my son had just started to learn to skateboard, and it was really kind of an interesting and exciting thing for me to be excited to learn with him, because I always wanted to learn how to skateboard when I was growing up, but I just didn't because I was doing sports. And my son being nonverbal autistic, athletics is the best way for me to connect to him, but I'm not going to push him into anything until maybe he's ready, or it's a fine line that I have to walk between teaching and pushing. So when I found that he was interested in skating, I was like, oh, this is a great opportunity for me. I have to learn how to do it before I can teach him, though. Like, at very minimum, I have to be able to ride on it, Part of that is in the understanding of what we were talking about earlier, a little bit off air. We were talking about neuroscience.
Yep.
Understanding this thing called mirror neurons is a fun thing to look up. Something that I mentioned in this article is I go briefly into understanding of mirror neurons. I talk about autism for a little while. I talk about how I decided to just dive headlong, buy skateboards, and go 24 hours a day until I could ride on the skateboard. So I wrote a paper on that, and that one was important and special. It kind of got me started in committing my time and energy to writing seriously.
And that's pretty cool. You actually went through the whole experience first, and I think that's a big factor and what makes that writing so good and interesting to read because you're not only giving your thoughts on it, but you lived it, you experienced it, and that's awesome, dude. That's what I like about your stuff, man.
Yeah, I try, and even with the the fiction stuff, like my like that post-apocalyptic piece I was talking a little earlier, or some of the stuff that I write, maybe it's trying to be more of a thriller or a horror. Even that stuff, you do try and use some real stuff, and it does make it more contextually relevant to everybody's life if it has real parts to it. You know.
I think.
Hey, like Chris says, hey.
Hey, for sure.
But yeah, no, thank you for sharing that with us. Sure, thank you for sharing this space with us. Thank you for letting us in on your soul and your life and your family and sharing all of that with us. Yeah.
All right, so that's going to kick our final thoughts on the podcast off with what Lena said. Misa, do you got any final thoughts on today's pod?
Yeah, definitely, dude. Evan, bro, it's probably been like since middle school since we've actually talked. I think I ran into you somewhere some time ago. I can't remember, but I think I did somehow. I don't know if you remember.
Even if it was like at Walmart in El Paso.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. Yeah.
I think maybe we even had our kids on us at the time. It was like,
Right.
Oh, what's up, family? Guy?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's the thing, man. But yeah. That being said, bro, it's really good seeing you, man. It's good going online and seeing how good you're doing, man, with your family, your marriage. It's really good seeing your old friends doing good in life. And other thoughts, guys. I don't ever really get serious or anything, but I saw this a couple of days ago, and I thought I'd have to bring it up. I was leaving work. I work at the airport, and I was at the lights there on Airway and Montana. And there was a gentleman, I don't know this guy's name or what, but he was holding a big sign. And he was turning his back towards me. So when I started driving, he finally turned around. And what I read, his sign said something in the sense that it said, like, if you need a sign not to kill yourself, here it is. And it says something else on the bottom of it. And that right there, like, I don't know, it's just something. I've known a couple of people that have taken their lives and stuff like that. So to all my listeners out there that are having trouble and stuff like that, reach out to somebody, reach out to us. So yeah, that's just thought, having this platform, I thought I'd bring it up, tell people to, reach out if you guys are having problems. Again, Chris, Lena, always a good one, guys. Everybody listening, make sure to follow us, make sure to stay safe, and make sure to stay fresh.
Hey. Evan, final thoughts on today's podcast. I got two good final thoughts that I'll get to right now, but I'll let you have the first crack at it.
Yeah, I had an amazing time. I really, really appreciate it. I would love, hopefully, to do this, in person next time I'm in El Paso, maybe sometime.
No doubt. You let us know, and we'll have you, right? I'll quit my job just to go.
Nice. Yeah, I'll be in before the new year for sure. We'll set something up. I'll give you guys like at least a month in advance or something like that.
Hey.
Shout out, dude. Yeah, for sure. So, two final thoughts. Real fast.
Hey.
Again, well, three. Evan, thanks again for being on. Shout out to you. It's been a long time since we talked, but like I said, just how it is with everybody, dude. Like we just pick up back where we left off. You know what I mean? It's nothing crazy.
It's a pleasure.
Observation number one: look at the back of fucking Evan's screen. You see where his TV's set up with its controllers?
Oh God.
Dude, that's exactly how my shit is.
No, dude, that's dangerous.
Okay, and number two, and this,
That was really one of them.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
it's funny because that's exactly what the TV tilted in the corner and everything with
And the controller's right there. He'll tell me, "Hey, Misa, put the controller right there, right in front of the TV."
That's
I'm about to put it somewhere. I was like, "No, in front of the TV." And I'm like,
That's exactly how my setup is. The other thing,
I'll lose my controllers straight up. If they're not there, they're gone.
you see, yeah, we do that for a reason. The other thing, Misa, we talked about this before the podcast. We had some special birthdays that we forgot to shout out. Do you want to shout them out really fast before we end?
Yes, dude. Thanks for reminding me, bro. And this is why I reminded you, Chris. And thank you, because I know I was gonna forget. But a big shout out to two of our closest friends, man. They've been on our podcast before. JP, he was on our podcast, I think episode 14 or 15 or something like that. So shout out to JP, man. Happy birthday, bro. Another big shout out is to our boy Joe Memes, aka Joe Morillo. It was his birthday this past weekend. He had his birthday party yesterday. I wasn't able to show up, but I was there in spirit. I got drunk. I love you, Joe. Happy birthday to Joe and JP, guys. Thanks, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being a fan. Thank you for having a birthday, because that gave me a reason to drink.
Hey, shout out to you guys, like Misa said. So this was episode number 42, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Make sure you guys go check us out. Check out our boy Evan on his Medium blog. Go check out some of his articles. He writes some really intriguing things. So go support the people that should support us. Follow us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube page, and on Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and review. Episode 42, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. We are... Yeah. Out! No sea mamón!